I'm Kim. Most people by day know me as Miss Vinh because I'm an English teacher, yet English was not my first language. The story of how I became a supporter of Barack Obama is also the story of how I came to teach English, and the two are really linked because it has to do with stories and community. My parents, who came from another country, always stressed to me how life would be different as an outsider, and I was very aware of that growing up. So I stayed quiet, I watched people, I listened, I observed, I read, and I really paid attention to people and realized that they were all very similar despite external differences. So eventually I became an English teacher because I loved these stories and I loved what they could show us about how we were all the same. And I teach in an underserved community to encourage students who see these barriers to actually get past them and realize that they can be a part of something larger, even if initially they think they are excluded from the mainstream. I started teaching 4 years ago, about the same time that Barack Obama came onto the political scene. And the first time I heard him speak, it was a really transformative experience for me. He talked about how there is not there are not red states and blue states, or a liberal America or a conservative America, but instead the United States of America. And his campaign, as I got involved with it, really revolved around these three principles of respect and empower and include. And that really spoke to me. So in my full-time work on the campaign this past summer, I realized that the most exciting part was in just listening to these stories of supporters I encountered. And in working with so many people, and in hearing them all say that they thought of themselves as outsiders, just like I originally thought that I was as well, we built this community, and we listened to each other's differences in how we grew up, and the similarities in what we hoped for. And the stories became the central focus of the campaign and what kept all of us working around the clock. It's really a community that's been built on the differences and the similarities between people and coming together despite those initial or external or superficial differences. And I think that's why I'm excited to work on this initiative that shares these stories. And I hope that you find the stories on OhanaObama and the community that's been built just as exciting as I have.